Hey everybody, it's Victoria, or better known to you as Never Give Up 283 to 140. As of this morning, I've officially lost 100 pounds, and as promised, I wanted to make a YouTube video and introduce myself and talk about how I started and the things that I've done to get to this point. So if you guys like the video and you want to know more, I want to make a YouTube channel and talk about specific problems like plateaus and unhealthy habits that you may have, binge eating, unsupportive parents, stuff like that. So if you want, I would love to help. So let me know and send me your requests. But I wanted to actually answer some questions that everyone seems to want to know, like how tall are you? And I get this question every day. And even though it's in my stats, I thought I would tell you here. I am between 5'5" and 5'6". I really don't know because every time I go to the doctor, I get a different answer. And I think it's because I'm a little bit taller than 5'5" and not quite 5'6". So that's how tall I am. I started in May this past year, 2012, at 283 pounds. And today, which is the 9th of February, I am 183. So in 9 months, I've lost 100 pounds. And it's pretty crazy. I kind of reflected back to day one, and I cannot believe how far I've come. So I'm really excited to share it with you. I'm so happy I have such supportive followers. Your messages every day mean so much. And your questions keep me on top of my game. I love it because then I can think back to what it was like day one and try to help you as much as I can, which then helps me. So thank you for your questions. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is how I got to be 283 pounds to begin with. I have been heavy, or I should say, was heavy, because I want to be, thinking positive here, but I was heavy my whole life. As a kid, I was born at 10 pounds, 9 ounces, and was a chubby toddler, and then grew up to be a chubby kid and chubby teenager. So never knew what it was like to be skinny, never knew what it was like to be healthy. My parents were supportive in everything in my life, but we never could get on the healthy track. So fast food and processed food was just part of the everyday thing, and I didn't know any better. It was only until I went to college that I realized there's this world out there, a healthy world, and I knew nothing about it. My roommates would go to the gym all the time, and I kind of felt like I was missing something. So when I moved out of the dorms, I ended up finding that healthy lifestyle when I finally moved in on my own apartment. And I realized, okay, I need to get going here. But my rock bottom hit my 21st birthday. It was like 2 weeks of eating out and drinking and having fun. But I woke up and checked the scale and I was 283 pounds, which was a major jump because I had always been around the 260 mark from forever. Throughout high school, I was always like 260, which is still high, of course, but I think being close to 300 really scared me straight. So I want to talk a little bit about the events in high school that kind of made an impact on me, and one of them was having to quit the swim team because I was so heavy. I had swam for like 12 years, my whole childhood, and it was the only reason why I never went up to 300 because I was working out, but then going home, we would have McDonald's or fast food. We never really had home cooked meals because we were just so busy. And so, yeah, I'd work out and I was kind of like healthy, not healthy. I was fit, but I was still big. So I had an athletic ability and I loved swimming, but I was still the heaviest girl on the team. So senior year, we had gotten our suits for the new year, as we did every season, and I didn't fit into the heaviest one. And I had made a decision because I was so unhappy and so uncomfortable, and the locker rooms were always a dreadful experience that I wanted to quit. And it was sad because I loved swimming. It was my passion at the time, but I knew that I couldn't compete like I should. So that was a major event. Also, I couldn't go to prom. I bought a dress beginning of senior year, or like mid-year, And my mom was like, oh, well, we'll buy it for you, but you have to lose a good 10 pounds to fit into it. Because at the time, I didn't fit into a size 18, 16, 18, I forget exactly which one. But when it came down to going to prom, I didn't fit into it. I didn't lose the 10 pounds. And so missed out on prom, which it was a little upsetting because I was the big girl, you know, but I kind of brushed it off. And I don't necessarily regret not going, but I hate that my weight caused me to miss out on opportunities. So that sucked. um, what else? Oh, okay. So I was the girl who would wear a black blazer, black t-shirt or dress shirt, jeans in the summer, 90 degrees on Long Island in the summer. Never wanted anyone to see me in a bathing suit. I had really big arms, still do, even though I lost some weight and toned. My arms are still a problem. I hope actually they can go away because I want to be able to wear a bathing suit this summer. But I was the girl who would sit at pool parties and wear ridiculous clothing. And I knew I looked ridiculous. I felt ridiculous, but my weight was such a big deal that I didn't feel comfortable showing my skin. So that sucked. To this day, my family was like, oh, I remember you wearing, a dress with a big, thick, winter jacket or whatever. And it's embarrassing, but I've come a long way from that point. So I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but it sucks being the girl who can't wear the cute, skimpy bikini when everyone else is. So I hope this summer I can change all that. So that's something that's keeping me motivated. But let's talk about motivation, because that's a tough one. I get asked, well, how do you stay so motivated? And I think the ultimate motivation comes from within you. You have to want this bad enough. You have to find it in you to believe in yourself. And I say that a lot to my followers because it's so true. If you don't think you can do it, you're not going to. If you don't think that you're worthy of happiness or you're worthy of being tiny and having your dream body, then it's not going to happen. Your brain is a very powerful tool, and I was actually told that sometimes it can't determine what's true and what's not. So if you can envision yourself in your body that you want, if you can envision yourself crossing the finish line, seeing the weight drop on the scale, things like that, it's going to happen. It's going to take some time, but your dreams are going to come true as long as you know that they will. So the whole time, I've always known that I was going to be tiny. I still don't know what number I want to hit necessarily, but I always knew that it was going to happen. I just was so determined that nothing was going to come in my way. So the negative stuff from my family, falling while skiing and getting a concussion, pneumonia, all the things that have happened this past couple of months, I knew that I could overcome them. And I think that's really important, to just have faith in yourself. Because if you don't believe in you, no one else is going to. And when things get tough, if you think, oh, I can't do it, this is never going to happen, then you're going to yo-yo. That's where the yo-yo dieting comes in, because you try something out, and when it doesn't work, you quit. I mean, I've done a lot of risks. I've taken a lot of risks this past couple of months. I've done things like TRX. When I first started, I was like, this is not going to happen. I'm this bigger girl with this rope. Like, how am I going to be able to withstand the pressure of getting up there in front of everybody? And I think if you know you can do it and you just try, your body's going to adapt. And that's really important too. It might seem hard the first week. It might seem challenging to get through that really tough exercise, but it's going to get easier. So that's something that I've learned, is just stick it out, give it a month. If you hit a plateau, don't give up. I hit a plateau for 3 weeks. It killed me, because here I am promising a YouTube video, and I'm promising everybody I'm going to hit 100 pounds, and then the scale just stopped. So things happen. Take it from me, you will get through it. Stay positive. Anyone who comes in your life that's negative, just try to cut them out, or ignore them, or do your best to work around it, because a lot of it comes from jealousy, I found. I've had friends that are really supportive and wish me nothing but the best and actually will help me throughout the tough times, or people who are jealous and they wish they could do it. And because they don't think they can, they try to get negative with you. And so that's important to just let it go. Those who are meant to be in your life will, and those who aren't won't. And that's okay, because then you know who is true and who's not. So that's what I have to say about that. But my motivation came from a YouTube video. So how cool is it that I get to now sit here and make one of my own? Like I said, it was after my 21st birthday. I was laying in my apartment, 283 pounds, and I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what. So I went online and I was just messing around before I even knew what Tumblr was on Pinterest, and a video popped up that said, "Women loses 85 pounds on Isagenix." Clicked it. I ended up contacting the woman who then gave me a nutritional coach, Carrie, and my life has been and will be forever changed. She has been amazing. She has been my biggest support. And that's kind of why I mentioned coaching on Tumblr, because I believe that if you need help and you don't have support around you, that there can be people out there who can help you. And I've never met Carrie, but she's almost like family. We call each other almost every day, or some form of communication. And she has been such a huge blessing. I can't even imagine where I would be without her help. The program Isagenix has been my saving grace. It's taught me how to eat better, how to live a healthier life, how to live organically. And so if you want to know more about the program, I'll make another YouTube video about Isagenix. But from there, I want to talk about, a vision board. Like I had said, your motivation comes from within you. So what I did was, the first week, I sat down with a foam core board and I wrote down everything I wanted to do, all my accomplishments, what I wanted to look like, some inspirational quotes, stuff like that, and I posted it above my bed. So it was the first thing I saw in the morning and the last thing I saw at night. And I think that's so important, because staying positive and seeing your dreams visually is huge. So that's how I started with the motivation. And then I get questions like, well, how do you continue to stay motivated? And there are things that I do, or watch, I should say, that if I'm having a bad day, I'll try to surround myself with the positive. So Biggest Loser is great, really, really great. I love Jillian Michaels' podcast online. I love websites like Sparks People, Live Strong, Self Magazine, Women's Health Magazine, documentaries like Hungry for Change, Food Inc. Like if I'm having a really bad day and I'm craving something really bad, I get my mind off it. I go for a walk, go to the gym, watch a documentary, kind of just get my mind off whatever food I'm thinking about. And I think that's crucial too. Don't sit around and dwell on it. Don't say I can't have it. Say, well, I could have it, but I don't want it, because I don't want to feel gross. I don't want to wake up and regret, whatever it is, like ice cream, which ice cream's my favorite. So that's always been hard. I never keep anything in the house that would be tempting. That's important too. If you're someone who eats at night, like I used to, don't keep the crap in the house, because you're going to then eat it. So that's really important. Also, research. If you know why something's unhealthy and why it's not good for you, you're going to be more, you're going to be stronger in knowing why you don't want it. Not just because it doesn't taste good, or because, someone says it's unhealthy, like McDonald's. Someone can say it's unhealthy, but unless you know why it's unhealthy, I think you're going to have a harder time resisting it. For me, doing the amount of research that I have, I don't ever want McDonald's again. Like my post, I'd rather eat dirt, because it's true. It's so disgusting that the thought of eating it and it being in my body is just not attractive to me. And I think it's really important, knowing why you want to live a healthier life. It's not about losing the weight. You can lose 10 pounds by sheer force, but until you can really understand why you want to be healthy for long-term results, I think you're going to be constantly yo-yo dieting. And which brings me to my next point. I hate the word diet because diet is temporary. I have girls that ask me all the time, if I diet for a week and I cut my calories, will I lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds in a month? Well, yeah, but until you learn to live a life with moderation and a healthy, um, I guess, combination of diet and exercise with some treats, because everyone needs to live a little, you're constantly going to be going up and down. And so I would suggest if you need to lose a lot of weight, take it slow. And that might sound strange from someone who lost 100 pounds in 9 months, but the weight came off fast. And I think it came off that fast because once you feed your body correctly, your body will respond the way it's supposed to. We're supposed to be eating clean and healthy. Food Inc. has been huge because it talks about how we are so full of advertising and marketing. And there's these amazing products that get put in your face, like eat this and you'll lose 10 pounds, or it'll make you feel awesome. And it's not the case. It comes from a factory, it's a product. And that's really important to understand. And once I understood that, and I understand what clean eating meant, the weight fell off. And so I get all the time, well, what's your secret? And the secret is, I have no secret. It's just all about doing what's right for your body, doing what our bodies are supposed to do, digest healthy food. And so that's really it. I have no tricks up my sleeve. I think isogenics has been a huge part of the process. It's all about cleansing, and I think cleansing is huge. But as long as you do it in a healthy way, cleansing all around can be great. So find what's right for you. And I'm here if you ever want to talk about anything. I would love to support you in your journey. If you're looking for a coach, someone to talk to you often, either every day or once a week, I want to be that for you. I want to pay it forward. I feel like I found a passion for nutrition and I want to share it. So contact me anytime. If you want more videos about specific things like eating clean and working out, or other things in my life, just ask and I will make another one. But I want to thank you all so much for your support. 100 pounds and going. By the summer, I want to be 130. That might be pushing it. So stay tuned. And as I progress, I will keep you up to date. So good luck, everybody, and stay positive.